My cousin posted this post, right? And then, look, this motherfucker. Cracker! Oh, Bobby, King of the Hill looking motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Talking about something, explain how he racist. Now, you explain how he wasn't exactly. And he did say remarks about George Floyd, Martin Luther King. He was racist. Wait a minute, I gotta go back. You know you ugly as fuck when somebody laughing at your picture. Look. You know you ugly as fuck. But I came back cause they look alike. Boy, this gotta be your daddy. Boy, is Hoggish Greedly your daddy? Wait, let me see something. Let me see what I got for little kids. Boy, your ass always been fat, huh? That's him. You know, Pugly Adams looking motherfucker. Get your ass out of here. How dare you? Since everybody want to use AI. See, he's faced numerous accusations. So we ain't the only ones telling yo Pugsley Adams looking ass that this motherfucker is racist. He's faced anti-Semitism from them fake ass imposter converts, because we know that them ain't the real Jewish people. So whenever you talk about them, they claim anti-Semitism, because they definitely are not the people that left out of Egypt with Moses. Hell to the fuck no. Oh, and by the way, I'm your substitute teacher. You know, I'm the substitute teacher, so you know I still cuss. So, but look, Kirk called George Floyd a scumbag. You know, and it's amazing how people don't want this man talked about, but George Floyd had passed away and he was talking crap about George Floyd. So why not talk crap about him? Made false, derogatory claims about him to inflame racial divisions, according to a WHYY report. He has been accused of questioning the qualifications of black airline pilots. Kirk has amplified the white supremacist Great Replacement conspiracy, which alleges a plot to replace white people with minorities. I mean, well, we know that can't be true because the motherfuckers can't even reproduce at a rapid rate like other minorities can. It's because they cursed. That's what happens when you rule by the sword. And you fuck your goats in the caves and shit like that, where we found you. Yeah, you know the Moors? We found you. You were dragging your women by the hair, sleeping with your goats. Early in his career, he was known for inflammatory social media posts, including comments about black people. I'm sure Black Twitter is going to dig that stuff up very soon. See, he was a dummy. Kirk has repeatedly faced accusations of anti-Semitism for comments blaming Jewish communities for fomenting hatred against white people. Well, y'all both are the same people. Hoggish Greedley's son, Kirk, and Jewish people are all the same people. They all come from the same progenitor, Esau. So there you go, little piggy. We ain't about to sit up here and explain shit to your cracker ass. But what I will do is give you a good starting point so you can go do your own research. Because I know cave dwellers like you don't want the truth. You just want to sit up there and try, and then you're gonna talk about some to my cousin. Look at you fishing. Bitch, are you must be out your cracker ass mind. Bitch, you don't want to smell like fish. Talking about something, you fishing. You smell like fish, goat, and dog naturally. My cousin could never fish. unless she want to sit out on the Maumee River and do like we all have done with our grandfather, General Anderson, who would take us fishing. That's the only time when we want to get a ride and when we want to go catch our own fish. Other than that, bitch, your people are the ones that fish. Your people are the ones that go and bury shit and then dig it up. Talking about something. Look what we found. Look what we discovered. Motherfucker gotta be out his motherfucking mind. Bitch, you ain't gonna play with my cousin. Not yesterday, not today, not any day. No, thank you.
Whatever may be thought of the more or less mythological traditions connected with the earliest Jews in North Africa, it is now practically an established fact that a Jewish nation, Jewish at least in faith, and perhaps too in origin, long held sway south of the Sahara. In later centuries, Jews are believed to have settled in Western Africa during the height of the Songhai, Mali, Ghana, and Kanem-Bornu empires. According to accounts from explorers of the region, several powerful Jewish families of the Songhai Empire were of Jewish origin. Some accounts place West African Jewish communities in the Andu Forest of Dahomey, south of Timbuktu. In the 1930s, these groups still maintained a Torah scroll written in Aramaic that had been burned into parchment with a hot iron instead of ink so it could not be changed. In the 1930s, the historians went over there and still found Israelites over there that didn't get captured in the slave trade,
the Caucasians,
still practicing the Hebraic faith, still knowing who they were.
Cracker ass motherfuckers.
With a Torah, which is the first 5 books
Look at
of
this
Moses,
white bastard,
written in Aramaic. That's the ancient language. And it's a shame that they have to burn it in hot iron so the European colonialists don't come over there tampering with it and taking the evidence and trying to hide the history. It's a shame that they have to do that. It is
because that's what you motherfuckers do, Bobby Pugsley motherfucker. That's what y'all do. Y'all go land to land like a fucking cancer, changing the evidence to fit your narrative. Just like this motherfucker that's now chow meat up here spouting all these false ass, fake ass statistics. Oh, well, black people are only such and such percent, but they make up for such and such percent of all the violent crimes. That's bullshit. You cracker motherfuckers don't never want to talk about how y'all number one at being a motherfucking pedophile. You never want to talk about that. You never want to go talk to your people in the Vatican and see, or in these Catholic churches and see why y'all can't stop molesting and raping little girls and boys. You don't never want to talk about that. Let's talk about these mass shootings.
Illinois Senator Dick Durbin.
We need to pass more reform to keep guns out of dangerous hands and to keep our children safe.
With the shooter, 28-year-old Audrey Hale, dead, tonight investigators converge on the home where the graphic artist lived. They have found...
Look.
You motherfuckers are the violent ones.
Y'all don't understand. See, and it's you white motherfucker, and you could try to demonize me and say, oh, you're racist, and no, bitch, I ain't racist. I ain't got the power to make no type of laws saying that you can't drink from whatever water fountain, or saying that you can't use whatever bathroom based on your color or even your gender identity.
And I don't want to harm anybody. I don't.
I ain't racist. I ain't got the power to make no type of laws saying that you can't drink from whatever water fountain or saying that you can't use whatever bathroom based on your color or even your gender identity. I don't have the power to make any laws, so therefore I'm not racist. And I'm not hanging bitches from nooses to try to keep them from living. You might not like my words, but I ain't did nothing to nobody. But this bitch right here, and this Robin bitch, and them Cody bitches, and these young LGBTQIA white bitches that look like this. Okay? This is the face of fucking anger right here.
This is my last resort. Something takes a part of me. Life's gotta be always messing with me. Something takes a part of me. You and I were meant to be.
And them Cody bitches. Okay? This is the face of fucking anger right here. You ought to know. I look just like this bitch. Wake me up inside. Looking ass bitch. Then this the other one. Oh, ugly ass. Ugh, just weirdo. Bitch look like the one of them motherfucking, look like that thing off that movie Mask with Cher.
Now, Robin, you know better than to do that at that motherfucking church with them kids. How dare you?
Look,
I'm just going over shit that I've been talking about, you know, and I'm telling you, this is what this motherfucker who wants somebody to explain something to him, this is what his people have done. They have exploited black people by way of their music, and your people have made plans to funnel black people into a private prison system. And I'm going to show that right now. Now, I will say, you know, Snoop Dogg, NWA, you know, Too Short, Eazy-E, yes, men like this, they played a part in this, but I ain't talking about them right now. I'm talking about who is the main driving force behind this. Who is the motherfuckers that came up with the plan? That's what I want you to keep in mind. Oh, Pugsley Adams looking motherfucker.
I typed it in.
The letter is the secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation. And destroyed a generation. Damn. So it says, hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for. Damn. Hold on, let me, So we gonna tell the story. We gonna tell the story. We ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do? They after us, not scared. Look, Black Van. So he says, between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s and quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like that, like they are today. the industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted.
Right.
This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction.
Fair
Rap music's
use.
new direction.
Yeah.
Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen.
Fair use.
So this was the meeting. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people were being there.
Right.
Most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private meeting to discuss the future of hip-hop.
Talk to him.
Wait,
3 of the major recording companies and major record labels run by Jews. 5 out of 6 of the major media companies the past 5 years run by Jews. 3 out of 3 of the major recording companies and major record labels run by Jews. 3 out of 3 of the major recording companies and major record labels run by Jews.
Among the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be from our industry.
see?
Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. Needless to say, this intrigued, in some cases, disturbed many of us. The agreement was only a page long, but very clear on matters and consequences, which stated that violating the terms would result in job termination immediately. We asked several people what this meeting was about and the reason for such secrecy, but could not find anyone who had the answers for us. A few people refused to sign and walked out. Nobody stopped them. I was tempted to follow, but curiosity got the best of me.
That's right.
A man who was part of the unfamiliar group collected all the agreements from us. So now, it's ready to get to the good part because the meeting about to start.
Talk to him, G.
It says, quickly after the meeting began, hold on one second.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
After this meeting began, one of the industry colleagues, who shall remain nameless like everybody else, thanked us for attending. He then gave the floor to a man who only introduced himself by first name and gave no other details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the residence, but that was never confirmed. He briefly praised all of us for the success we had achieved in our industries and congratulated us for being selected as part of this small group of decision makers. At this point, I began to feel slightly uncomfortable in the strangeness of this gathering. The subject quickly changed as the speaker went on to tell us that the respective companies we represented had invested in a very profitable industry, which could become even more rewarding with our active involvement. He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments.
The new slavery.
Then he says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in awe and confusion. At the same time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who received funding from the government based on the number of inmates. The more inmates...
Who you think own these companies? Motherfucking Mayo.
The more the government would pay these prisons. It was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked what this had to do with us. At this point, my industry colleague who had first opened the meeting took the floor again and answered our questions. He He told us that since our employees had become silent investors in this prison business, it was now in their interest to make sure that these prisons remain filled. Our job would be to help make this happen by making music which promote criminal behavior, rap being the music of choice. He assured us that this would be a great situation for us because rap music was becoming an increasingly profitable market for our companies, and as employees, we'd also be able to buy stocks in these prisons. Immediately, silence came over the room. You could have heard a pin drop. I remember looking around to make sure I wasn't dreaming and saw half of the people with dropped jaws. Oh yeah, definitely. You know, and this person later on, he said, you know, this person actually ended up leaving the music industry after this happened. A few years after this, he ended up leaving the music industry. Okay. And he said he just, like, you know, over the years, he just felt guilty because he said as he sat back and he watched these plans come to a reality
Over 2 decades.
he sat back and was like, wow, they really pulled it off.
Yeah.
They really pulled this off. He was like, they were told not to sign any more political rappers.
See?
Any more rappers that had messes in their
No
music.
positivity.
It was all to be gangster rap music that they promoted and
NWA.
put out.
Niggas with
Where
attitude.
Brand Nubians went, if you wonder where Brand Nubians went, where Pro Righteous Teachers went, where Public Enemy went, where KRS-One went,
See?
and all sorts of groups like that was talking,
Yeah.
even Queen Latifah and Moni Love and those, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
Even on the
It's a fact,
female
though.
rap.
Yeah, anything that was harmless, fun rap, you know, anything that had a message in it had to go.
Yeah, that's why if you even notice though, now
And we
you
talk about that all the time.
can be brief with it, you know what I'm saying?
Verse 22, King James Version. And, verse 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. This curse represents the hard lifestyle that we will have to grow up in. Some may describe this curse as being raised in the school of hard knocks. Rap music glorifies this way of life, leading to our degradation. Prison is another example of this curse. The majority of our men are either dead or in prison, according to the 13th Amendment of the U.S. United States.
The result. This is the result of their meeting.
About 30% of the United States population, they account for 60% of those in prison. The prison population grew by 700%. 70 to 2005, a rate that is outpacing crime and population rates. Let's see. Listen to this.
Aha moment. What made me change my perspective? And it's when I saw this. So a black person in the United States during the Jim Crow era faced second-class citizenship, disenfranchisement,
Kind of
barriers
see what
to
it
voting,
is, right? You just want
barriers
to
to
know.
education, barriers to employment, and barriers to housing. Then we had the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the 1965 Voting Rights Act, which stated we could no longer do any of this. We could no longer discriminate based on race. So in 2023, what is the only group of people that we can legally discriminate against? We can legally relegate to second-class citizenship, create barriers to voting, barriers to education, barriers to employment, barriers to housing. If you answer convicted felon, you are absolutely correct. In 2023, a convicted felon is the only group of people that we can legally do all this to. Now, do you believe it's a coincidence that 1 in 3 black males carry this label as convicted felon, as opposed to 1 in 17 white males? If you answered yes to that question, let's take a look at what's happened since the dismantling of the Jim Crow laws. We've had a 700% increase in our prison population. We've gone from 300,000 inmates to as high as 2.3 million. Now, I do believe we're back down to about 1.8 million today. We had the Law and Order agenda, which was an increase in police spending and a decrease in school funding, which created the school-to-prison pipeline. We also had the war on drugs, which we now know was a war on people. We had the
Black people.
Anti-Drug Abuse Act, and we had the 1994 Crime Bill. Now, the 86 Anti-Drug Abuse Act differentiated between rock cocaine and powder cocaine, which we know predominantly impacted the black community. And the 94 crime bill created harsher sentences, lengthier sentences, and minimum mandatories. We also know that black people make up 53% of all exonerations, 69% of exonerations for drug crimes, and they're 7 times more likely to be wrongly convicted. So when I seen all of this, I realized that racism in this country never ended. We have a systemic issue. People ask, what was my...
So, stupid ass white cracker bastard. There you go. Gonna defend, even though he white and he try to be in black spaces, this Gregory Martin, pale-faced demon, trailer park trash wannabe motherfucker, he's going to sit up here and try to explain, and try to deflect from this man's racism, just like that other bastard, Michael Rappaport, when Hulk Hogan said racist comments. Here come that motherfucker. Oh, he doesn't matter, and all of this shit. That's what they do. But see, I know how a motherfucker is just by their words. So here I come. Cause bitch, don't think you gonna come on to my motherfucking cousin's post, bitch. Don't think you gonna come onto my cousin's post talking shit, because what you don't know is she has a motherfucking dragon, bitch. That's what your ass don't know. It'll be very Dracarys. That's all I heard. Dracarys. Now it's time to blow fire. Fuck out of here. Explain how he was racist. Who the fuck do you think you are? A nothing ass cave dweller. Pale-faced demon. Just like that child meat that you are defending. We don't explain shit to no goat hair having ass Neanderthals. Your ass seen the motherfucking Geico cave commercials. That's where you come from. Fuck out of here, fake ass Bobby from the King of the Hill ass bastard. You demons always want to come back, always want to come onto a black person's post, wanting them to explain shit, but never want to talk to your own damn people. Fuck out of here, mayo ass cracker. You want to talk about you guys? No, bitch. Your people are the parasites of the earth, going land to land, spreading like a cancer. All your people do is rape, rob, pillage, and then hide the evidence. So you and your guys take your ass out into the sun and burn. The sun don't even like you motherfuckers. You want to know why? Because the little bit of the melanin that your ass had, your people went up to the motherfucking caves in Mount Seir and made it with the Horites, who was Nephilim, and you lost your skin color. That's how you became white, for going up there playing in the caves with them Horites, and you lost your melanin because you was fucking with them Nephilims people. And for all the people on here insinuating that my cousin's celebrating that pale-faced demon's death, fuck you, bitch. Ain't no cakes or candles here. Feel sorry for a man that wouldn't give 2 fucks if it was your child. Fuck out of here. And I meant every piece of word that I motherfucking said, bitch. These are the mass school shootings that happened around the time. See, April 3rd through the 7th going up. Look at the states and the cities. This first line is how many were injured or murdered. See? He decides to say this. That's not a follower of Christ. Fuck out of here. These are the dates. Look, this is a list of mass shootings in the United States, 2023. Location, state or territory, dead, injured, total, and description. Okay, let's go. This Okay, look, April 1st through the 2nd. Remember, this first column is all the ones that died. You know, all the ones that died. Let's look at this. You know, so not too many deaths, but okay, the injured. You know, and then look at the total. This was right around the time he said what he said. Look. Look. That's not a follower of Christ.
Any black person claiming to be a Christian while putting dump as their profile picture is a silly, lost-ass Christian who doesn't listen to dump, nor do they read their Bible.
Get out and vote just this time. Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed, it'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed, it'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You gotta get out and vote.
Now, there was a video from 9 years ago where Dump was saying he was a Christian, but this video I just showed was recent. Since people change opinions and churches like they do underwear, I'm going to go with what he recently said.
Christians, I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian.
Why won't you have to vote again? What's fixed? Amos 3:3 KJV. 3 can 2 walk together, except they be agreed. But fails to mention how people who look like him, the dummy who Kanye said don't care about black people, worked hand in hand to set up the 9/11 sacrifice. All to go to war, so they could steal the resources from the Middle East. People that look like Kirk's deadass caused a 20-year, useless war that cost trillions. They left $7 billion worth of equipment over there as well.
That has eyes to see and ears to hear and actually reads the Hadith and reads parts of the Quran, you know that conquest is an Islamic value.
But fails to mention how his people used Christianity to steal this very land with their manifest destiny bullshit. Fails to mention how Christians are responsible for Spanish Crusades, Trail of Tears, transatlantic slave trade and those Salem witch trials. They burned black women at the stake for practicing African spirituality.
Islam has conquest values. They seek to take over land and territory.
Yes, because Christian countries definitely do not have a history of conquest. Christian countries definitely do not have a history of conquest. Absolutely no Christian majority society has ever done conquest in the name of God.
Now, who the fuck is this bitch?
You're like, I can't believe all this going on. I mean, just why? Let me show you. They knew. They know. But see, what I know is the next video that I'm going to share.
This country, you consider that a fact? People.
But they're Europeans, aren't they?
How it is you voted for Donald Trump when you're so into facts, because his entire campaign is not based in facts. It was all based in propaganda and emotion.
I voted for Donald Trump for one reason only. His policies, if implemented, would slow the dispossession of whites in the United States. If he were to do dispossession of whites in the United States. Policies, if implemented, would slow the dispossession of whites in the United States. Policies, if implemented, would slow the dispossession of whites in the United States. If he were to deport all illegal immigrants, if he were to think very hard about letting in any Muslims, all of this would slow the rate at which whites are becoming a minority.
Why are you so worried about the white dispossession of America?
Because I want my people to survive. Is that so strange? We don't control China. We don't control any place where whites are not a majority. And if we become a minority, we will not control our own destiny anymore. When my ancestors built this nation, they did not build it with the intention of giving it away to Mexicans or Chinese or Haitians or to anyone else.
Do you consider, you keep saying your ancestors built this country, you consider that a fact?
Who else built it?
Black people, Native Americans, Chinese people who came and built the railroads.
Do you think none of that could have been
Italian
achieved?
people.
But they're Europeans, aren't they?
How it is you voted for Donald Trump when you're...
That white bastard. But see, this is their arrogance. That white bastard. But see, this is their arrogance. This is their arrogance. You heard him when he said they don't control their own destiny. This is their arrogance. This is, and you see the stupidity that lies within that noggin. Who else built it? It certainly wasn't you. It certainly wasn't you, because you had to go get other people because you could not go out into the sun. You can't survive in the sun. And if it was not been for the natives who fed you and taught you how to survive on this land, you would have ceased to exist. This is their arrogance, though. But that is why I do videos like what I'm going to share next, because your punk ass passer, he's already under subjection of them. He or she. Nothing but extensions of the Roman Catholic Church. That's what they are. That's why they worship on Sunday. Watch the next video. Who are the real terrorists of the world? Who has murdered the most people? Do we want to get into that? Is ISIS the worst terrorist, or is there someone else? Oh, now you about to see why they took out Maccabees, why they took out Ezra's. Because the Roman Catholic Church, who are these people, who are Esau, that you see holding the hat, the feathered hat, the headdress, they the same people. See? First Maccabees 7, verse 29. He come therefore to Judas, and they saluted one another peaceably. Howbeit the enemies were prepared to take away Judas by violence. No, I don't celebrate pagan holidays. This their manifest destiny crap. This ain't nothing but a bunch of crap. In the 19th century, manifest destiny was a widely held belief in the United States that its settlers were destined to expand across North America. There are three basic themes to manifest destiny: the special virtues of the American people and their institutions, the mission of the United States to redeem and remake the West in the image of our great Argarian America. I'm sorry, I butchered that. An irresistible destiny to accomplish this essential duty. They always speak sweet words to hide the carnage and the trail of tears they leave behind to get to their so-called manifest destiny. The image below will prove that their manifest destiny was and still is white supremacy, which is Jacob's trouble. Let me tell you what their sweet words really meant. Manifest destiny is their idea that it is their God given right to murder the entirety of the indigenous population on the continent so they could shine from sea to shining sea. They also figured since there was no gates put up, the land was theirs for the taking, even though there was people already living on the land. You won't believe the comments I see from Facebook posts on viral videos that speak of history or anything that brings up white folks' dirty past. This land wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for white people. But I just read that y'all wouldn't have even survived if it wasn't for the natives. That's how delusional these dummies are. There will be no land for you to do whatever on because you wouldn't have survived. Or my favorite, the natives were killing each other and taking each other's land. I guess this gave whites the right to come in and kill everyone and steal the whole land? Not. The problem is majority of white people boast and have no empathy for what their ancestors did. They also fail to realize the head start they received over everyone else, and this is why they will face the harshest judgment. They enact this manifest destiny way of thinking to this very day. Why else are they in Africa but not at war with Africa? Look at what happened to Iraq and Afghanistan. This type of behavior is Esau living by the sword as prophesied. There is a correlation between Roman Christianity and ruling the world. There is a correlation between white colonial patriarchy and ruling the world. This is not the past. This is not the past. Just in 2017, there was national press covering an enormous protest. The Sioux tribe of Gad, at Standing Rock. The natives were bitten by dogs and pepper sprayed, all in attempt to keep a toxic pipeline used for oil out of their native burial grounds. They had rights to be worried because lo and behold, in 2018, Keystone Pipeline leaks 210,000 gallons of oil in South Dakota. All that wasted protested oil. When will all when will I'm sorry. When will all see that there is one race of people who predominantly do the mass shootings and have done atrocities to just about every other race on the face of the earth? They loathe in the do as thou wilt mentality, Aleister Crowley, without empathy for the next. They feel they have a divine entitlement and fail to realize their forefather gave that up a long time ago. This picture below shows their ideologic white supremacy. Notice no Negroes or natives. American Progress, 1872 by John Gass, is an allegorical representation of the modernization of the New West. Columbia, a personification of the United States, is shown leading civilization westward with American settlers. She is shown bringing light from the east into the west, stringing telegraph wire, holding a school textbook that will instill knowledge and highlights different stages of economic activity and evolving forms of transportation. Goddamn goat hair. As for my people, we have this obsession to celebrate white dominance, and we demean any resistance to it. Have you ever thought about why this holiday is heavily associated with eating? Thanksgiving, in a special way, is just celebrated by eating, and not just in normal consumption, but food in extreme access. People look forward for all the overeating on this day. It is even socially acceptable to engorge yourself on this day. This is a holiday dealing with gluttony, a holiday of taking more than you need and thanking God for being able to do so. But the God of the Bible is not listening anyway, according to Scripture. This holiday is actually a funeral or memorial service for all of the children of Israel, our ancestors were slaughtered. What amazes me, how we eat these unhealthy foods for years and then wonder why we end up like Big Ma off of soul food. Why are we okay with the continual eating of what we know are scraps that was given to our ancestors by white slave masters? Their manifest destiny, man. This whole belief is crazy. It's wrong. You know, take that manifest destiny back to the caves, back to the Caucasus Mountains, and build that up, because we don't need it here.
Again. Who the fuck is this bitch?
Like Zeus and others that I mentioned earlier are all fallen angels who were once called the Watchers. They had specific duties on reporting the acts of men down on earth back to the Most High. They left their dwelling place in the heavens and came down to earth. That the book of Enoch explains in detail the pact made by the 200 fallen angels on Mount Hermon. They decided to go against the Most High by bonding themselves and marrying women to have offspring. The fallen angels were not just after satisfying their sexual desires for human females. This is why they are in Hades, bound in chains in darkness until judgment. And see, this is why they removed the Book of Enoch out of, the Bible, and they try to make it so, oh, it's not canon, but it's very canon. In the Book of Enoch, it will tell you what happened. 200 angels came down onto Mount Hermon. They made a pact. It was led by some Yaza or Azazel. So when you study, it flipped back and forth between the two, but them was the two main characters, some Yaza and Azazel. And I know, because I've studied, Azazel is supposed to be buried in like either the Duodel desert, and that's not too far from Jerusalem. I've talked about that in a previous video, because all of that area over there is not too far from each other. I was talking about the Great Pyramid and how they found like a quote-unquote bottomless pit, and it's like a door that can't nobody open. And I was saying how I think one of the fallen angels could be buried, in one of the tombs. And so the research that I did, I had studied on the Duodel desert, but nonetheless, these is all like fallen angels, and they are responsible for a lot of things, a lot of evils in the world today. And like Azazel, he taught warfare, and they taught various like weapons and warfare, and then they taught women how to like color their eyelids and makeup and stuff like that. And a lot of girls, they'll sit there and they'll think like, oh, how's that magic and stuff like that. But then I be scrolling on Facebook, and some of these videos, right, that have a girl on there, and she don't be looking the best. Like, she be pit. It's no shade. And she'll go through this transformation, and she'll look like a whole new woman. A whole new woman. Did not look like who she was previously. And so there you go. That's the magic. Because you are concealing who you really are. So, but anyway, they came down here. They made a pact, and to corrupt humanity, they made it with human women. It is true, if you read the Book of Enoch, they were mesmerized by their hair and stuff like that. And so, continuing on, throughout history, these fallen angels have changed their names. So, when you have, in the time when Greece ruled the earth, they, fallen angels, told people their names was Zeus, Apollo, and Dionysus, and etc. Same thing with the Persians, same thing with the Romans. These are all of the same fallen angels. They won't tell people that or what their real Hebrew name is, the first language, and the language spoken in heaven. So they won't tell people what their real Hebrew, which is Hebrew, was the first language and the language that's spoken in heaven. So their names are all Hebrew names. They won't tell people what their real Hebrew names is. They'll tell, to influence people, oh, I'm Zeus, I'm Apollo. On movies, they have a little intro to tell what film company produced the movie, right? For example, when you watch a film from Columbia Pictures, you see a white lady with a toga, with a robe, holding a light. Some say this is the Statue of Liberty, but it's actually a deity. Yeah, I know this whole history too. And so it's the same lady as the Statue of Liberty. It's the same wannabe goddess that, was the inspiration behind white people's manifest destiny. I've showed a picture of a white blonde woman that looked like a deity in a white dress. And it showed like the expansion of America towards the west. And so I've shown that, these are all the same deities. And so, well, Paramount has one too. It's the intro where the stars come from the sky and make that semicircle around that mountain. Okay. The stars represent the angels, and the mountain the stars form the circle around is Mount Hermon. Oh, and the woman in the Roman imperial toga holding the light is a fallen angel too. I know that whole backstory as well. But enough about the fallen angels. Back to the Holy Spirit being a woman. But before we go there, I want to show you. Okay, you gotta notice, look how they falling out of the sky, see? Stars, right? Falling out of the sky. What happened? There was war in heaven. They got kicked out. Look, see? That's the mountain. They made a pact. See? 22 stars. 20 stars were all 200 of them. And then the other 2 stars symbolize Samyaza and Azazel. 22 stars. 2 of the stars represent Samyaza and Azazel, and the other 20 is the 200 of them coming down here making a pact. But the 2 stars that stood out the most was Azazel and Samyaza. Oh yeah, I wanted to show this too. So I've had this. It's when I first put it out. 2019. Yep. I might as well show y'all this. This is what I've read so far. And they always use 22 stars. Look. She's a deity. This is a deity. This is a deity. That's who that hoe is. See, this is what they believe with they manifest destiny. It's the same hoe. Look, same hoe. See? The toga. Carrying a book. Probably our records that they stole. Yeah. She got a book in her hand and she holding a torch too. Who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? And clearly she's of cave dweller descent. Who is she though? Who is this? Yastri. Who is this? Don't they look alike? Don't they look alike? This is where they say, Easter comes from. It's the same hoe. This is who they got you thinking Christ's mother is. See, this is all the same deity, though. This is all the same goddess. Just called different names by different religion. All the same goddess. They tried to turn Christ's mom into a goddess. But I'm telling you, this is who this is, Semiramis. I've shared this picture on Facebook numerous times, but this is Semiramis, legendary queen of Assyria. All them hoes I just showed you. It's her. Now, why did I just show you all of that? Because I want you to understand. What I want you to understand is that Satan is trying to be like the Most High. So whatever the Most High has, Satan tries to duplicate it. Okay?
America has invaded at least 8 countries.
This crusade, this war on terrorism, is going to take a while.
Esau is a liar. God ain't told him a damn thing.
Crime, like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, I guess he won't have to worry about black pilots anymore. He should have been wondering if the person who shot him knew what they were doing. Obviously, they did.
And at the time, the shooter fired from a building more than 500 feet away. Now, this organization at the time, the shooter fired from a building more than 500 feet away. Now, the shooter fired from a building more than 500 feet away. Now, this.
Bitch. That's a hit, literally. 500 feet away. Nah. That wasn't Pookie, Ray and M. Hey, Miss Breakfast Club she girl. Hey. Care to play a little game of
Guess what race is? Okay.
Oh. Too soon. Right. I'm just saying. We all know who this sounds like. By the direct hit, shade. We know that the gun wasn't turned sideways like how white people think all black people shoot. I'm just saying. We all know who this sounds like. By the direct hit, shade. We know that the gun wasn't turned sideways like how white people think all black people shoot. Dumbasses. Washington, D.C. and Chicago are both distractions to keep people from seeing who the real problem is in this country. They deflect from the fact that white men, and their heifers, white women, have been out of control since they escaped from the caves. And if he was really 31. Damn. Milk spoils fast. Because. Baby, he look every bit of 45. Ew. Yuck. Gross. SavagePOV, Dear Gay White People. The real title, Stank as Male White, LGBTQIA bring yo shaved bird lookin' as pale face demon pack of chicken, thighs all ugly burning, in the sun s in here, right the fuck now ! Yes bitch, take the paid for BBC out your throat, wipe the cum out your ears, eyes and nose and listen up old tired ass, trashy ass hookers. Oh so you are just going to sit quiet and hope no one calls out your goat hair wet dog smelling ass ! This Robin bitch who shot up a school in Minneapolis, deleting innocent children belongs to y'all ! I have had it with you fake ass Spice Girl wannabes, ! Fake ass, wannabe sex and the city ass bitches ! More like faggish and the city because that's what you are, trashy ass faggots ! It's going to be your people that get the sodomy laws put back into place ! It's going to be your fake woke wannabe radical, but you're really crazy as the fuck non-washing below the knee ass, who gets the LGBTQIA community rights taken away ! They gave us an inch with the legalization of gay marriage, but you motherfuckers had to take a mile 100-point symbol. You just had to take advantage of shit like your heterosexual counterparts! You never satisfied with anything because you are unhappy with yourself! You skanks that think you are above and better than the black LGBTQIA are about to get your bubble busted! All you were good for is a dark room in the corner, guzzling cum like normal! You are going to FAFO very soon! The sad part is that we have to be tied to you crazy ass sons of bitches! I tell my people all the time not to support y'all because you never support us! The proof is black LGBTQIA having to start their own pride events because you tried to shun black LGBTQIA from yours! When atrocities happen within the black LGBTQIA, you white bitches are nowhere to be found! When something happens to one of your people, then you want to speak this coexist solidarity bullshit! Only to get what you want. After you get what you want, BBC or our support, then you revert to your old segregated ways! You don't know how to act in a society! You preach coexist, but that's a lie! It's only coexist if you are the leader, just like your heterosexual counterparts! These people are tired of bullshit, ugly ass frogs like Bruce Caitlyn Jenner with her Bigfoot bad feet delusional ass. All these Danny DeVito with a beard, lookin' ass bitches who want to shave their beards in the women's bathroom! The Cody bitches, and their dumbass pronouns. The attack on children and allowing their bodies to be mutilated before their frontal lobe reaches full maturity, which is around the age of 25. Now you hoes are shooting up schools and churches! Yes, you may have white skin that burns in the sun, but the majority of your own people are tired of your fairy dust gliding twinkle toes have an ass too! For years your saving grace was siding with your hetero people against the whole of us, black people, but with Dump in office, that shit ain't working no more! You can no longer use us to stand up for you, only to turn around and use us as a scapegoat! Now with this Robin, bitch! It won't be long before they start trying to demonize the LGBTQIA! You white TQIA plus hoes should have made Megyn Kelly your leader when you had the chance! This was when she had allegedly wrapped up filming for her new movie that I recently heard was coming out soon. I heard the movie is going to be titled Species Strikes Back, Megyn's Revenge! Spoiler alert, they totally stole the whole queen alien laying eggs concept from the Alien movie franchise! All throughout the movie Megyn's alleged character is popping out these eggs! I know how to spell the bitch name, I wanted to pronounce the hoe name properly! You white TQIA plus hoes need to get rid of your current alleged leader! The hoe with the frizzy dead fried dirty blonde hair that she uses to hide her horns! Nancy Grace, you are the devil in an alleged woman's form! You are a tawdry, cheap, rundown, low vibrational, lying ass bully! While Nancy Grace publicly stated she was having a crow sandwich after Michael Jackson's acquittal in 2005, she did not truly apologize or admit she was wrong. Instead, she continued to defend her lying stance that he was guilty despite the jury's verdict. Even after the verdict, Grace maintained a belief in Jackson's guilt. In a 2007 interview with CBS, she said, "Frankly, when it comes to Mr. Jackson, I believe I was right. Nancy, you ol' yeller lookin' ass bitch! You were wrong, even before the trial started! You continuing to believe that you were right after you were proven wrong only shows how emotionally unstable you are to make judgments. Undermining the judgment of the jury and judge shows that you were never, even a decent lawyer! Just a wet goat smelling, bleached blonde, weak genetic having ass Neanderthal with damaged fried ass frizzy hair! I heard that your fiancé allegedly took himself out just to get away from ya. All those degrees, and you are still stupid as fuck! Reversed hand with middle finger extended medium dark skin tone, fuck outta here bitch!
And you know what? And since we on the topic, y'all know who else I'm getting tired of? This old freakazoid, alien, reptilian looking ass bitch. I'm getting tired of this hoe. Bitch, you a old Jim Carrey in a wig looking ass bitch. Every time I see you, I see Jim Carrey. Bitch, you look like an alien right now. That's how I know we been in contact with aliens, bitch, because your ass is here. Bitch, you got some nerve. I know you ain't sitting up talking about the motherfucking queen. Bitch, you got some motherfucking nerve. You old Roger in a wig looking ass bitch. Joe Roger from American Dad looking ass out of here. Oh, cave dwelling ass bitch. Bitch, you thought you ate with this? Get your old ugly ass out of here. Bitch, you look just like Roger from American Dad, ho. Bitch, you can never come from somebody with actual talent. All you do is sit back and hate. That's all you do. And now, bitch, you getting it full circle with your old reptilian looking ass. Twins separated at birth. Every time I see this bitch and she smile, bitch, I think of Jim Carrey. Bitch, you look just like Jim Carrey in a wig. I loved you on Saturday Night Live. But see, I know you. See, I know the real you. I know where you come from. I know who you are. See, you can fool all these people in America, but you ain't fool me, bitch. I been knew who you was when I first seen you because I seen you years ago. Oh yeah, I loved you in that movie. In that movie. Species. And Species 2. You old alien looking ass bitch. Sitting up there looking like a fucking boy. With broad ass shoulders. And then got the nerve to be looking like you anorexic at that. Strong ass jawline. Oh, where's Waldo looking ass bitch. I know you ain't talking shit about the queen. Bitch, you sitting up there looking like a 13-year-old boy in that goddamn black t-shirt. Them broad ass shoulders. Old SpongeBob square shoulders ass bitch. Bitch sitting up there looking like one of them characters off of that cartoon Doug. I know this old reptilian looking ass bitch ain't sitting up talking shit about nobody. Bitch, do you know what Garkananok is? That's what you are. Bitch, you look like Garkananok. You know what Garkananok is? That is the precise time dog shit turns white. Bitch, that's what you are. Sitting up there looking like a piece of dog shit that done turned white. And listen up, ho. We know what you be doing to them men, bitch. We on to you. We know how you got your husband. We know what you did to him in that motherfucking pool. Bitch, go ahead and do some shit like this again, bitch. Go ahead and do some shit like this again. Go ahead, bitch. And we calling the motherfucking FBI, CIA, the motherfucking Animal Planet on your motherfucking ass, bitch. We're gonna send your ass right back to Route 66 on up out of here, bitch. Area 51. That's where they should have kept your old alien, reptilian looking ass. She's on the hunt. She's on the move. Yeah, old Caitlyn Jenner ass bitch. Yeah, bitch, you thought you was something when you won that motherfucking award, huh? Old Caitlyn Jenner ass looking ass bitch. I know you didn't think that Victoria was the only one that knew your secret, bitch. I mean, you was giving it away with them SpongeBob square ass shoulders. SpongeBob square shoulders. Bitch, them some broad ass shoulders. I'm talking square shoulders to you, baby. Square shoulders. Oh, reject Sonya Blade ass bitch.
Marjorie. Girl. You come a long ways for real. I remember when your daddy Rumpelstiltskin was fucking that Neanderthal woman and 9 months later. Out you came. I did hear that they had to lure you out of your mother's cave with a raw pork chop, but you are here nonetheless, and today we celebrate you. Oh, you didn't know. Well, just a cube of raw beef or pork, and you can get her to sit, lie down, roll over, jump, and much more. I am so proud of how you grew up and became a big star. In movies and whole. I just love that Wrong Turn movie series. Isn't that the story based on your life and the family that you came from? Isn't this your grandmother and your family? Yeah, I think I found your bloodline. I love it when you actually do something with that hay on top of your potato head. Oh, Chris Farley in a wig looking ass bitch. It's a shame how a man in a wig and makeup looks better than you. Do you even try to look feminine? Or do you just roll out of bed and look at your ugly ass bad skin, have an ass sunburnt face in the mirror and say, I'm white, so I'll be okay? Wasn't you and Mitch McConnell in that movie Nothing But Trouble? I thought I saw the two of you. Didn't you get married to him in the movie? Congrats, hun. Look at Mitch McConnell's old ass. His ass has been old all his life. Old ass Jiminy Cricket looking ass motherfucker. Ha 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 bitch. I'm weak as the fuck. They say turtles live to be over 100 years old, and that man looks like every bit of an old-ass turtle, without its shell. Twinsies. Twins separated at birth. Marjorie. Oh Miss Marjorie, I know you didn't think I was done with yo old Chris Griffin looking ass. You need to cover yourself. But you do clean up nice. Sometimes. Marjorie. Oh Miss Marjorie, sit it the fuck down, Miss Piggy looking ass bitch. The only reason why you even supported Donald Trump in the first place is because you and him share the same body. Oops, I mean you're one and the same. What's the real reason why you are so interested in trans people? Is it because you look like a dude and get mistaken for a dude from time to time? Bitch you old bad, sunburnt skin, shaped like Barney Rubble looking ass hoe. How do you look like Barney, Rubble and Chris Griffin at the same damn time?
I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all Tuesday. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all Tuesday. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all Tuesday. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all Tuesday. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all Tuesday. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all Tuesday. I'm so much stronger than I was yesterday.
For that inner man within you boo. Girl. You look just like yo daddy brother. Ol' strong face have an ass hoe bag. Is that even hair? That shit looks like some dried damaged ass hay. It's dead ho, the hair is fried now lay it to the side. Spoiled ass jar of mayo. Do you know that you come from the caves? You should just lie down on your white ass back, and let your shaved bird looking ass husband drag you back to them. Have you ever seen the Geico commercials with the cavemen? That's your history. In the Bible, your people come from Esau. Your ancestors went up to the caves of Mount Seir and mated with the Horites, Nephilim. That's why you have that saggy and soggy ass sunburnt skin. Oh. So you thought I wasn't going to find out the truth about you? Found. Bitch. Bitch, you have a lot of nerve. You could never ever 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 come for Jasmine. Look at your skin, it's nasty as fuck. And that woman in the swimsuit is your future. Keep talking, ho. Don Lemon didn't do anything to your bleached blonde bad body built like Barney Rubble linebacker, big back, broad shoulders, have an ass. You are fake as fuck. Don't try to switch up on your leader now that it's being found out that he was allegedly grabbing young girls by their pussy. You old Roman Julius Caesar looking ass bitch. You should have stayed your ass at Sea World blowing the horns to get a piece of fish in your mouth.
Happened back in 2023. You know, this was another trans person, and the name was Audrey Hale. Now, look right here, misinformation and bias. This is what I want to point out. In the aftermath of both the Minneapolis and Nashville shootings, right-wing commentators and politicians used the shooter's gender identity to spread misinformation and reinforce negative stereotypes about the transgender community. I'm not lying.
They are going to try to link this together, and you know, they already trying to get rid of gay marriage, you know, and these young white fake woke ass wannabe radical but really crazy as the fuck ass people don't understand that yes, it's good to rock the boat, but y'all trying to capsize this motherfucker. And we, in this case, are the minority. It's only 2% of men that's that's homosexual. I believe out of black and white. It's only like 2%. Trans and TQIA, that's 1% of the population. You're 1%. You're like an ant trying to topple over an elephant. What you think is going to happen? These people are going to use the behaviors of these Mayo, radical, fake woke, fake radical, people. They're going to use their behaviors to punish the LGBTQIA. And guess who's going to be tied to that? The black people. Because you got a lot of y'all dumbasses in the black LGBT. You be wanting to defend these people. Even though they will not defend you. But you want to run to their rescue.
I'm not lying.
Shooter was 28 years old and a former student at Covenant School, a small Presbyterian church elementary school in Nashville. Audrey Hale, now identified by police as the person who shot through a locked door to get into the school about 10:30 this morning. A 5-officer team went straight to the gunfire on the second floor here at Covenant School and killed the intruder, who was armed with an AR-style rifle, an assault-style pistol, and a handgun. At least 2 of them legally obtained, according to authorities. Even though it appears to have been a rapid police response, 3 adults and 3 children were killed before officers could end the incident. The children, a pair of 9-year-olds and 1 child turning 9, and among the adults, a janitor, a substitute teacher, and the head of the school, 60-year-old Catherine Kuntz.
See, let me tell you something. May this lady rest in peace. May the victims of this place rest in peace. But let me tell y'all something. See, for the longest time, gay white men especially, they tried to separate themselves. They tried to make it seem like they was better than us, and they would always side with their people. Well, now your people are deleting people that look like this. Let me tell you something. When you start doing stuff to people that look like this, it ain't gonna be too long. It ain't gonna be too long before they send in the National Guard, the Army. They're gonna be putting plungers up your ass. And some of y'all like that, you know, but nah. Well, I don't know. Let me not even go there, because some of y'all like that shit. That's what I usually say to straight people. But in this case, we'll strike that from the record. Just go ahead and skip it. But seriously, no. When you start doing stuff to this type of person that look like this on my screen, baby, you better get ready. Okay? And this lady was a teacher. Y'all don't know what y'all asking for. Y'all have gotten that part of the LGBTQIA. I told y'all this was nothing but a hijacking. It was nothing but a hijacking, and the movement was hijacked by these Cody bitches and these people that's doing this stuff. Okay?
Police say they found a horrific crime scene.
We know and believe that entry was gained through shooting through one of the doors, is how they actually got into the school.
But as today's shooting in Nashville, Tennessee demonstrates, there is more work to be done. The fact that this is a daily occurrence in America is unconscionable.
In Washington, this latest school mass shooting reverberating.
You know what, Savage? That's a good question. Who? You know me, I love to ask. Who is that? And even right here, see this motherfucker, he, you know, you reading from your little paper, but you're trying to deflect. The people that keep doing this stuff, the people that keep shooting up stuff, the people that keep, they look like you. They don't look like me. They look like you. Could be your grandkids. I love this guy. Oops. Oops. Where do these pictures keep coming from? Does seem like we have a problem here. Oops. Oh my God, how did that keep it just won't go away. Oops. Oop. Here we go. This is the picture that I was looking for. Y'all, I'll never forget when I first shared this picture, they deleted my post, and I got put on a, you know, when we used to talk about Facebook jail, yeah, I got put in Facebook jail for 30 days for this picture. This is stuff they don't want to talk about. Good question. Another good question. Hey, real talk, this who trans people, to my trans people, this who y'all community being taken over by. Bitches that look just like this. Oh my God. Because these are puppets. These people pull the strings of the puppets that I just showed you. These people. These people at the bottom pull the strings. These people. These people at the bottom, right. This is a damn good question. Because they're not the people who left out of Egypt with Moses. See? 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 Oop. See? They pull the strings. Exactly. You ain't gonna learn this in school. They don't want you to go past 1619. Damn sure don't want you to go to 70 AD. This they history. This damn people telling you. That's what he looked like. That's what he said. Oh yes, they hate when the truth come out. Hate when the truth come out. Receipts. Truth. These are not the people who left out of Egypt with Moses. Those people was black.
Today's shooting in Nashville, Tennessee demonstrates there is more work to be done. The fact that this is a daily occurrence in America is unconscionable.
By who?
In Washington.
Get out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance. Yeah, that's.
Man, look at how he got his meat hooks. Them claws wrapped around another man. That man who is an imposter Jew, Jewish, that man actually looks scared for his life.
One of the questions that I have for the imposter convert Ben Shapiro.
Ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?
The curls by their ears are them trying to do a vow of a Nazarite, number 6 KJV. Goat hair does not lock ! If you are black and have dreadlocks, you owe it to yourself to read number 6 KJV ! Still till this day, Miami dudes do their hair, the exact way number 6 KJV says in regards to the hair. Them dudes will have one big lock, and then a few stragglers. The colonizers added the word dread to dreadlocks because they thought the hairstyle was dreadful. This shows that braids and locks were not their original hairstyle. Today, Mayo will try and say shit like, no one owns braids or dreadlocks. Their ancestors would disagree because they could not stand our natural hairstyle, only because their hair doesn't naturally do what ours do. It's jealousy. Well, except for Meghan because, as we have seen, her tentacles grow out of her back. Another thing, I hate how Hulk Hogan brought up a medical condition, called Klinefelter syndrome like everyone is born with it. Yes, it exists, but a baby being born with Klinefelter syndrome is not what was intended. Just like a baby being born with no lungs. Does it happen? Yes, but that was not intended, just like a baby being born with 3 legs. Not intended ! It's a weak argument.
Like Klinefelter.
So, like I said, fuck Charlie Kirk. May the worms have a feast as his soul rots in the lowest parts of Hades. Preferably Tartarus. And that, my dear, is no celebration.